this last plague is going to be bad enough for Pharaoh and Egypt to not just let the Israelites go, but he's going to actively drive them out of Egypt. The Hebrew phrase there for drive out is talking about a really strong compulsion, almost pushing them away. It means to drive out or to divorce. That's the level of pushing them out of Egypt, which really shows us the completeness of their release. It's not just, okay, you guys can go. It's get out. So before Pharaoh wanted, if you remember, he wanted to hold back the women and children. He's like, okay, the men can go, but I'm going to keep the women and children so that they come back to me. Or you guys can go, but I'm going to hold your livestock. Remember, he kept making these like semi-concessions for the Israelites. But this time, there's no holding back. There's no partial freedom. There's no halvesies here. It's getting them all out. But it also shows that God's patience has an end to it, essentially. We know that God is patient, but there comes a point where he basically has to say, okay, that's it. Enough is enough. And then he begins his judgment. But it also reminds us that God's word is always fulfilled. Because this has happened several times at this point, where God says, okay, this is going to happen, and we can trust that it's going to happen, which tells us that God has absolute control over this entire situation, over all these circumstances. And that even includes human will. In Pharaoh's case, that judicial hardening of his heart. Now, some people look at this and argue about the kind of ethics of God essentially forcing Pharaoh to let Israel go by hardening his heart.